Let's take a quick look at the most popular players mocked to the Vikings in round one. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. And we're looking first round only. The most popular players, top 4 most popular players in order who gets mocked to the Vikings. And this isn't like 6 or 7 mocks. This is like 50 plus mocks.
Million.
Websites do it for us. They just spit out the names and we're going to let you know who.
Yeah, we are like 2 days away from saying the draft is next month. How nice does that sound? That is fantastic. So we're going to hop into this thing right now. Before we do, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that sub button if you have not yet done it. Just punch that thing. It's going to feel so damn good. Almost as good as a delicious Lift Bridge brew going down your throat on a Thursday morning.
Gullet, why has it got to be a Thursday?
It's first day I came to mind. It could be every morning. Like, remember you were drinking 5 Alive?
No.
Instead of that, just drink Lift Bridge in the morning.
Like Johnny 5 Alive? I don't know.
It was like an orange juice, but it had like every fruit in it.
Huh. Sounds really healthy. And speaking of healthy, every one of these damn players would make this team much healthier. Again, this is all the mocks out there. This isn't us. This is the order they're in. So let's start with the more
compiled.
The fourth most guy. What's the word?
Commonly mocked guy? I don't know.
Yes, there we go. Here we go. Number 4 is Jordan freaking Addison.
Yeah, nothing wrong with this one. A lot of different things you can do with this receiver. You watch some of his highlights. He takes a lot of plays. He's kind of swinging around on a jet sweep. When the ball's in his hands, he's very, 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 very dangerous. Add him with Justin Jefferson. This makes this offense so much more explosive and so much more dangerous.
Yeah, the more I dive into this thing, I mean, obviously the combine hasn't started. That's where wide receivers really just go bing. But the more I dive into this, I actually think Jordan Addison has a fairly legit chance of being on the board. I mean, these other guys sprinkled at the end of round 1, round 2, like the Halls and the dude from Tennessee. I mean, these guys are high up. They're going to be going up the charts, and Mr. Jordan could fall. He could be there.
Yeah, he might be. And man, snap him up if he is. Snap him up.
It's definitely one in the comments that people are either really high on or like, why the hell would we take a wide receiver? It's value.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fix every position with one pick. Sometimes you got to take the best value on the board.
All right. Well, speaking of wide receivers, our number 3 is also a wide receiver. That is Mr. JSN.
Yeah, you talk about receivers going up after the combine. This is one who may go down because he's not going to run well. He's probably not going to test very well. But the dude just knows how to run routes. He knows how to get open, and he's got good hands. He's a fierce competitor. So, Njigba, you got to go off the film on this guy. The year where he actually played a full year because he got hurt last year. Then he just said, you know what, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, he is definitely the biggest mystery. I still don't know how to feel on this guy. I wouldn't be upset if we took him by any means. It's perfect. We got Justin Jefferson. So JSN comes in, and he's a number 2 wide receiver. And that's where a lot of people think he's going to top out, a really good number 2 wide receiver. So it's kind of a perfect scenario. I mean, he's good. He's damn good.
He is damn good. He's not going to stretch the field, but he can get open, and he can, he's a guy who can catch a ton of balls. So I would love it. I would love it.
So good comparison to him was Tyler Boyd. Yeah. Tyler Boyd. I think that's pretty fair. Let's go to the second most player mocked of the Minnesota Vikings, and that is Mr. Ringo from Georgia.
I got to be honest. I haven't done much work yet on Ringo, so I haven't watched a lot of his highlights yet. I need to start digging into him because when we talked to Joe last Friday, he seemed to think Ringo would be a steal for the Vikings at 23.
Yeah, Ringo is one of those guys, when you look at mock drafts, again, it's all over the place. I just got a weird feeling that he's not even going to be available. I just think cornerbacks seem to be. I mean, Joe said he doesn't expect to run until 20, but we all know cornerbacks go early. And Ringo is going to be one of those guys that's very intriguing.
He seems to be very polarizing. There's a lot of sites out there who are just not very high on this guy. Others have him ranked very, very high. And I think he was one of these guys early in the draft season where if you're doing a mock draft last November, Kelee Ringo was a guy who was going like in the top 10. I've seen him to the Lions at 6 a lot of times.
I think he's still going to be. I don't think he's going to be there at 23. I don't. I would love the pick. I would love it. Who do you think the number 1 player is that's most projected to the Vikings right now?
Yeah, it's either gonna be another corner or I'm gonna say Trenton Simpson.
Well, what are you going to say? You can't say them all.
I'll say
Don't be
Trenton.
selfish.
I'll say Trenton Simpson.
Trenton Simpson, no, he wasn't even close on this list. This gentleman, number one, was 25% of the mocks had him there, and it is none other than Cam the Man Smith, cornerback, South Carolina.
And I think I'm a little higher on Cam Smith than you are, but I love his body type. He's a thick, aggressive wide receiver. He attacks the football, whether it's in, going after it in the air or hitting the guy who catches it. Cam Smith brings a lot of attitude and some nastiness to this cornerback group. So I'd be all for Cam Smith. I love the dude.
Yeah, he's not going to win. He's not the most athletic. He's not the fastest. It's going to be interesting to see what he does at the combine. His big knock is his size, though. I mean, he's small, 6 foot, buck what, 90?
Yeah, but
but
he's thick. He's thick. That's what I like about him. He's not just a skinny, lanky corner. He's got some meat on his bones.
Yeah, he's the guy that would come in and almost be kind of that shutdown enforcing cornerback. He's not going to be the guy that you draft based off of potential. You always see these athletic cornerbacks of what he might bring. I mean, look, we just talked about Greedy Williams last week. Well, these guys, what they might hit. Cam Smith seems to me like more of a sure thing, just not as sexy. And I'd be all for it. I mean, Cam Smith, the only reason I'm not big on Cam Smith is I'm greedily want those other top cornerbacks that I know will never happen.
What do you even talk about? The swagger this guy plays with. He has some cockiness to him.
Yeah, good. Him, Andrew Booth. Let's get some swagger going on in this secondary, baby. Let's put players on their ass and laugh at them.
Oh my God. Poke them when they're down. Just poke at them.
Those are the 4 most projected players of the Vikings. Can you guess who the number one most projected to the Vikings last year was?
Are we talking? I would say Kyle Hamilton.
Jordan Davis. Freaking D. Kyle Hamilton was on there. Jordan Davis and I can't remember, linebacker maybe. I don't remember. Oh, George Karlaftis was very hot and heavy.
Oh yes.
All right, those are 4. Let us know what you think. Would you be happy with either of those guys? Piss and moan in the comments all you want. Let us know who you want.
Yeah, and remember this: the average human throat is about 5 inches deep.